Hi there, Ruby here. You're probably recognizing that I am missing my crown of roses. It's near fall, plus I can't find it. Someone had a question about these, so today we shall discuss feminine deodorant suppositories. And while I've already come out with the ultimate guide for them, we're going to discuss, does it disrupt the natural process with your lady parts and with your vagina? I always do this after starting a video. Disclaimer, and I'll put the words across the screen. If you are squeamish, as I am going to be using medical terms that are in reference to our lady parts very often throughout this video for educational purposes, this ain't the video for you. I have plenty of other videos where I use the medical term and where I don't use it. And I refer to our lady parts as purse, pocketbook, and flower, and all of the above. You got a couple more seconds I give you. Now, if you're still here, then I pray for the Lord's strength to help you through this. I'm educational. I'm direct. I need to wash that off. But I am in no way vulgar. Get it? Got it? Good? No? Rewind it back. So I got a question here literally a day ago, and they were asking a question, and I'll put your comment on the screen here. It'll be there as I talk to you all. And they were asking, does it disrupt the body's natural environment, and does it cause BV? Now, a couple things before we get into it, and I'm going to give you my answer that is solely dependent on my experience, because Norform's been in business a long time. They've been in the game a long time. It's one of the OGs. We're gonna get into that later in the history. I love history. Okay, history in the Bible, number one, and then history with this, which is, I guess you could say, it's a close second, maybe third, I don't know. But yeah, so BV, in case you don't know, because there are some people that are out there that don't know what certain terms are, like BV is bacterial vaginosis, which is the bacteria that is responsible for, people like to make jokes and the garden fisherman, that's not nice, but that's what people do. People are people, and people will people. And just forgive them and stay out their way, okay? And just work on being the best version of yourself you could be. This is what this video is about, okay? So, and I'm pretty sure people also have this question, which is why I was led to share this with you all in my experience. So, and then disrupting the body's natural environment. So here's where you may need a pen and paper, okay? I'm just forewarning you. So here's the thing about us ladies and our lady parts. Our vagina has been designed by God to be a self-cleaning organ because of the simple fact, I know for one good reason, I might not know all the reasons, is for the simple fact that once we enter puberty, and then from then on until it stops, and y'all ladies know what I'm talking about, when you reach that other stage, you're going to have a menstrual cycle every month. You follow me? Just stay with me. And so, you ever wonder what happens after your menstrual cycle goes off? How does it clean itself? Do you have to go in there? It's not advised. That's why many times you'll hear people like, it's not advised to use a douche is a liquidized substance compound of deodorizers. Look, this is coming off the top of my head, okay? And it comes with a nozzle that you squeeze on top, and it is meant to be inserted there inside of you and flush out your vagina's natural bacterial that's meant to, that the things that make your vagina a self-cleaning organ, it flushes that out. That's the reason why people advise against that. People, meaning us women that have tried it before, doctors, OBGYN, all that. And I am not a medical professional. You're going to see that message across this screen, matter of fact, across this whole entire video, because I'm just sharing you all what I have learned personally. So they advise against that. So these feminine deodorant suppositories is another way to do it. One, do they disrupt the body's natural environment? And number one, they do. Just like douches do, Just like a douche does, what I've just described, that's a douche. These do as well. As a matter of fact, anything that you insert that is deodorized, in addition to these, your feminine deodorant suppository, in addition to douches, in addition to even, they have these in fragrance-free feminine deodorant suppository. So it isn't just deodorant. Anything you're going to insert in the inside of your vagina meant to clean what is already a self-cleaning organ is going to disrupt it. So that's your first answer, okay? And I love that. I love to the commenter that was brave enough to answer this question. Thank you, because you may not be the only one that had this question, and I appreciate you for being so brave. Honestly, I do. So let's get that right. It does disrupt it. Number two, depends on your perception of things. Now that you know what the main two deodorizers of your vagina as a woman, what is it? Does disrupt the body's it does disrupt the body's natural environment, the vagina. It does disrupt that self-cleaning organ. Two, you have to decide, is it worth it, and when to disrupt it? Am I saying that that's the best option for you? It depends. That's what I'm saying. Here's where I'm going to answer the second part of your question. And I'm not sure how to pronounce your name, Aaish, Aza. If you ever see this video the day it drops, please let me know how to type. Please, can you do me a favor and type out how to pronounce your name? I have a thing with pronouncing names. Yeah, for those of y'all that know, y'all know. I told a story about it on here a couple months ago. Anywho, number two, it can cause bacterial vaginosis. Here's where I'm going to break down part two of everything. Because from my initial video where I went over and gave you guys the ultimate guide to how to use feminine deodorant suppositories, what they're intended for, how to insert them, how you should prepare, what you should be wearing once you have inserted one within yourself. And it uses your own body's your own body's temperature from that self-cleaning organ, which is your vagina, to melt it, and then it comes back out almost mimicking the feeling of your menstrual cycle, which is why I strongly suggest, because I found this out the hard way when I first started using them long ago, that you need to wear maybe a super level pad, that one of the highest absorbency. It don't need to be regular. You see what I'm saying? Because it's going to come out feeling like, well, wait a minute, my period. It's going to feel like your menstrual cycle is on. You feel me? Like that. Like, we talking for real. We grown. Okay. And if you're a teenage young lady, you in here learning it early. Okay. It's safe to watch. Pull your mother aside. Hey, let's watch. Hey. Anywho, I would venture to say that because, one, it does disrupt the vagina's natural self-cleaning process, its environment. It gets disrupted sometimes. It gets disrupted when your menstrual cycle comes on. And then once your menstrual cycle is gone, it starts that process of self-cleaning itself out. That way, I just love the way that God designed us in that way, because then you're not having to do the work to go deodorize it. This stuff is extra, baby. It's extra, okay? As far as it causing bacterial vaginosis, that I think it has more to do with not doing the extra work, using the extra products, where it is a feminine deodorant suppository, a douche. I don't recommend, and I'm not a medical professional, but because I understand the concept of what it's designed to do, and that's the most disruptive form of disrupting your vagina and its whole self-cleaning, peaceful environment. And when I say peaceful, like, it's already created to clean itself out after the period, and you do it. I feel like the matter of bacterial vaginosis, at least the threat of it, comes from maybe not washing thoroughly enough around, before, during, and after your cycle. And I feel like that's a personal routine, a personal feminine hygiene routine type of thing. Now, with all that being said, do I still recommend this? Yes. My story has not changed. My advice has not changed. While I do not recommend using any form, both scented, this is Island Escape, and unscented, the fragrance-free, because they got fragrance-free feminine deodorant suppositories out here, okay? While I do not personally recommend, and this is all coming from experience, using these every single day, for me, I recommend using it at certain times. One, directly after you know your menstrual cycle is off, you could use this, maybe right the day after, and to kind of give you a reset, even though your vagina has already been designed by God to be a self-cleaning organ. I would recommend using it directly after your period, maybe a day after, you know, your menstrual cycle is just, okay, I'm going for the month, bye, see you in 28 days or however long your cycle is, to kind of start you off fresh. Because you're going to smell it you're going to smell it once you insert it and you go on about your business. Make sure you put in a pad, because I'm telling you, it's definitely going to feel like, dang, I thought my period was off. It's going to feel like that, because that self-cleaning organ, your vagina, is melting that suppository away and at the same time deodorizing and cleaning it out for you. Something that it's already designed to do. You're just adding fragrance, or if it's fragrance-free, you're just kind of muting and disrupting. It's a subtle way that you're still disrupting that natural environment of your vagina. You don't understand? Rewind it back, because I'm trying my best to describe it to you. I do still recommend right after your period, or right before you know you're going to have it. Maybe pop one in, for lack of a better word. Like you feeling those cramps, and you've been, and when I say before your period, as well as after, the day after your period, you know it's off, I'm talking about the before aspect and the after aspect. This is in addition to you washing with feminine hygiene wash, whether it's fragrance-free, whether it's with a scent, or whether you use the regular Dove bar soap or the Dove Sensitive, or use Baby Dove down there. This is on top of that. So make sure you're washing first and then putting this in last before you get dressed coming out the shower, before you get dressed coming out the bathtub. You see what I'm saying? Do that, because that's going to make a big difference. Now, no matter what I say, even though I have shared my personal experience, and if you missed anything I said, I do encourage you to go back to the beginning of the video and watch it. Also, consult and see Doc, because I am not, bars, I am not a medical professional, but I wanted to answer that question from Miss Aza. Let me know how your name is spelled if you ever see this video. I'm telling you this because I love you. When I think about love, it's one of the bravest things that you can do. It is patient. It is kind. It does not envy or boast. And it'll keep you on the coast of not being rude or self-seeking. Nor is it easily angered or seething mad. And it keeps no records of wrongs. It has no pleasure in evil, but it rejoices in the truth. And most of all,